There is a moral education crisis. The words of Ghana's Education Minister Haruna Iddrisu, who backed calls for more allocation of resources to support improving education outcomes in the country. The concern of the sector minister comes in the wake of a newly launched research book titled Reconceptualizing the Learning Crisis in Africa. The document argues that the crisis is not that the African children cannot learn, but that education systems too often ignore how they learn best. According to the authors of the document, achieving education for all in Africa requires a much more holistic approach. There's more in the following report.
The launch of the research-driven book Reconceptualizing the Learning Crisis in Africa has stoked a conversation among stakeholders in Ghana's education sector on the optimum way of resolving challenges confronting the sector. According to authors of the book, the crisis is not that African children cannot learn, but that the education system too often ignores how they learn best. Professor Kwame Echampong is co-author of the book.
I think the problem is that we have to pay attention to many Ghanaian children who are not learning. It is our responsibility to ensure that they learn. And if we are failing to do that, this is what we are calling a moral crisis. And it's a social injustice because these are the children who need to learn the most. These are the children we have to make a commitment to make sure that they learn. So if we're not doing that, then it's our responsibility to take up the challenge and to make sure that every child is able to read and write.
Adding his voice to the findings in the newly launched book, Ghana's Education Minister Haruna Iddrisu identified key challenges confronting the sector while outlining plans by government to tackle the crisis.
Parent-teacher association, but there is a moral crisis with our education in Ghana. The state is not doing enough to adequately finance education, and there are gaps at all levels of education, from basic through secondary, junior high school to higher education, and we need to invest more to expand infrastructure, improve learning and teaching aids and its resources made available. And as I indicated the last time, in the last few months, I've come under major criticism as minister that what are you doing about school placement? What can I do when I don't have resources to fix it? It makes it very difficult. You need resources to expand infrastructure by way of additional classroom, additional dormitories, additional laboratories. But into 2026, under President Mohammed's research agenda, we are looking at spending some 300 million Ghana cedis, at least to end double track system, which undoubtedly has affected the delivery of quality education. I intend to work to convert 10 category C schools to B, 10 category B schools to A, and expand infrastructure and quality improvement in category A school.